I grew up in a small town in northern Illinois, the kind of place where every neighbor knew your last name and Halloween decorations went up by early October. I was 16 that year, a junior in high school, and Halloween had always been my favorite night. Not because of the candy or parties, but because of the quiet thrill that came when the whole town seemed to change its skin for one night. That year, my friend Mason dared me to walk through Willow Street, a dead-end road at the edge of town, lined with abandoned houses. The last house on that street, number 47, had a history. People said a family once lived there in the late 80s, a couple and their teenage daughter who disappeared without a trace on Halloween night. No blood, no struggle, no sign of leaving. They just vanished. Everyone in town called it the Hollow House. At first, I laughed it off. But when Halloween night came, and the town buzzed with laughter and kids in plastic masks, I felt an odd pull toward that road. Maybe it was curiosity. Maybe it was the dare still echoing in my he. So around 11:30 p.m., after Mason went home, I grabbed my flashlight, threw on my hoodie, and started walking down Willow Street. The pavement cracked under my shoes, and the wind carried the smell of wet leaves. Every porch light on the street was off, except one, a flickering orange bulb glowing faintly at the far end. That was number 47. The house stood in silence. The windows were boarded up, but one of the boards near the door had come loose, flapping slightly with the wind. I told myself I'd just peek inside, take a photo for proof, and head back. Simply. But the moment I stepped onto the porch, everything got quiet. Even the crickets stopped. My flashlight began to dim, not flicker, just dim, like the air itself was swallowing the light. When I pushed the door open, a smell hit me. Old wood and dust. The air felt colder inside, unnaturally cold. The house was empty. No furniture, no graffiti, just walls covered with peeling wallpaper. But as I moved my light across the floor, I noticed faint footprints in the dust, small ones, like from a child, leading toward the back hallway. I froze. I was alone, or supposed to be. I followed the footprints slowly. The hallway stretched longer than it looked from outside, like it kept adding corners. My sense of direction began to blur. I turned around once, and the front door was gone. Just a wall. That's when I heard it. Soft breathing. Not mine. It came from the room at the end of the hall. A faint sound, steady and human. My flashlight started to fade completely, and in the last second of light, I thought I saw someone standing at the far end. A faint outline. Not moving. Not approaching. Just there. I called out, "Hello?" My voice cracking. The sound echoed weirdly, like it bounced off more walls than there should have been. I took one step forward, then another, and the floorboards groaned like a sigh. Then I blinked and the hallway was gone. Was suddenly standing in what looked like a living room, with furniture covered in white sheets. A dusty clock ticked somewhere. I could smell candles, and then faintly laughter. A woman's laughter, followed by a man's voice saying, "It's almost midnight." I turned toward the sound and saw nothing, just empty space. Something touched my shoulder.
I spun around, swinging the flashlight. No one there. But the light caught something on the wall. A family photo. It was dusty, cracked, but clear enough to see three faces. A man, a woman, and a teenage girl. The girl looked maybe my age, and behind them, faintly, in the background of the photo, was me. Same hoodie, same face, same flashlight in hand. I dropped the picture. My heart felt like it stopped. I ran toward the nearest window, but outside wasn't Willow Street anymore. It was just fog. Endless, gray fog. That's when the clock struck 12. The air got colder again, and every sheet in the room began to slowly rise, as if someone was standing under them. Not moving, just standing. I could hear whispers now, words I couldn't understand, and my name being said between them. "Ethan!" I screamed, swung my flashlight in every direction, and it shattered. Darkness. The next thing I remember is waking up in my bed. It was morning. My phone said November 1st. I thought maybe it was a dream until I saw the dust on my shoes and the photo on my nightstand. Same photo, same family, same me. No one believed me when I told them. Mason said I must have fallen asleep watching horror movies, but later that week when police reopened the case of the missing family, they found a new photo frame on the fireplace of number 47. 4 faces now. The man, the woman, the teenage girl, and me. And under it, a date carved into the wood, October 31st, 2023.